This is how to identify market chart patterns and how to trade them. In this video, I'll be talking about the descending triangle pattern. Since we have lots of chart pattern, we have the inverse head and shoulder pattern, we have the ranging pattern, we have so many. All right. Now, how do you trade the descending triangle pattern? First, you want to trade it in context. And what do I mean by context? Let's say, for instance, this is my weekly chart time frame, and I want to, if you look at this weekly chart, you can clearly see that this market is going up, right? So we want to analyze it from a top-down analytical approach. So this market is going up. This market broke a resistance level here, and then it has tested this area here, and it's pulled back to this resistance level, turning it as support. Mind you, this trend line is also acting as trend line support. So at this point here, this is an area of confluence, and market has started showing green candles like it wants to go back to this point. So now I'm looking for buy opportunity, right? So now I go to my daily chart time frame. All right, I see that the market has started pulling up gradually, and then if I go to the 4 hours chart time frame to see what is really happening clearly, I can see that after I got to this point, right, after I got to this point, we have had an inverse head and shoulder pattern, which is a reversal chart pattern at the peak of this correction. So the inverse head and shoulder pattern changed the structure of the market from correction to actually buy. So the market has started buying, and now this is the descending triangle structure, right? So if you look at it, it looks like a kind of a triangle, right? So this is why it's called a descending triangle. This is how it looks like. Now, this descending triangle is happening somewhere around the neckline of this inverse head and shoulder pattern. So it's like it is correcting. It's like it's correcting the neckline of this inverse head and shoulder pattern. So if you lose the Fibonacci pullback, higher high, swing low, you can see that it sits in line. In fact, without using the Fibonacci, you can see that this neckline here, this neckline of the inverse head and shoulder pattern. So the price is sitting somewhere around here, right? Now, how do you trade this? It's simple. You want to trade it in line with the trend. Since you've seen that this is a descending triangle pattern, you want the price to either to break above this trend line, showing you that the trend, the counter trend line has been broken before you get in. So in as much as there is this buy, this indication of buy something set here, I'm not going to buy until this price breaks above this counter trend line, maybe sitting somewhere around here, before I can now say yes, the inverse head and shoulder, the descending triangle structure has been broken. Now it's time for me to get in. So that is it.